What's up everyone? So I have been working on getting this video up for a couple weeks now. This is my fourth take at trying to film it. So I've had these ideas for a while. I just couldn't get my life together enough to film it to where I liked it. I'm not kidding. This is my fourth try. First try, I missed a bunch of stuff and I was like, oh no, I have to add that in. Second try, I had no makeup on and it was not very good. Third try, my battery died halfway through and then I just didn't like the lighting when I came back to film it again. Fourth time is a charm, so I hope anyways. So welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here already, it is nice to meet you. I'm Kate. If you are someone that's already been watching all my vlogs, welcome to a different kind of video. It's not a vlogging video, it's more of like a tidbit video, so I'm very thrilled to start posting something a little bit different and adding different content to my channel. Hopefully I'm going to be posting a lot of different things to get you guys excited. With that being said, today I'm going to talk about college do's and don'ts, tips and tricks from a college senior. So when I was a college freshman, I came into it and I watched a bunch of different vloggers videos just on like different tips, things that you should do, things that you shouldn't do. And so I kind of felt like I had a pretty good idea, but it was completely different when I actually got there. It was nothing like I expected. So I just want to kind of give my personal experience. Granted, I go to a smaller school. It's definitely a growing school. It's not by any means small, but we just got a football team. Go Kennesaw, go Owls, you know. So my experience is going to be a little bit different than maybe yours if you're going to a bigger school or a smaller school, you know, but these are just kind of my like broad thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. So with that being said, let's move on to our first topic. First thing that I want to talk about is when you move in, the first thing that goes through your mind is going to be where you live and the people you live with and hang out with. So I'm going to post up two different pictures. These are my freshman dorm. I lived on campus my freshman year. I lived in like a back campus area. It was kind of not as nice as like the apartments that were directly on campus, but my roommates and I like totally made it cute, so it wasn't even a big deal. I redecorated a million times. I like every time something would change in my life, I would like change my comforter. To this day, it's still the same. If you know me or you've lived with me, you probably have dealt with me and my 17 comforters that I switch around. Sorry for that. I loved my freshman year. So I actually had 3 random roommates, and a lot of people have terrible experiences with their random roommates. They were super mean, they didn't click. I had an amazing experience, and granted I don't really talk to the girls anymore that I lived with, but coming into a new school and having people that like were instantly kind of my friends and like went to different activities with me and like went around campus with me and walked to class with me, it was just amazing to actually have a familiar face. So I know a lot of people are considering living with friends that you went to high school with or something like that. I would recommend getting random roommates, or you and that friend and maybe 2 randoms. The reason why is because you don't want to have the same mentality as high school. A lot of people want to go to college to change, and if you're hanging out with the same people that you did in high school, you're not going to really have that opportunity to grow and change and be the person that you want to be. So I would highly recommend getting random roommates, going out of your comfort zone. Me and the girls were completely different. All of us ended up being in different clubs and groups and had different interests, but in the end, like, we got along really great. And like, I know if I saw those girls on campus, I would still be like, hey, how are you, you know, see how they're doing, things like that. So I would recommend that. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to give you a new group of friends. It's just going to kind of open the world up. You don't want to get stuck in having to be the same person that you were in high school. And you can still be friends with the same people from high school, but I would really recommend branching out, or you're going to be really sad when you look back and you didn't even have the opportunity to make new friends because you were stuck with the same people. And with that said, making friends, I really want to stress the importance of getting involved in something. My thing ended up being sorority fraternity life. I decided Greek life was for me. I've always been into it. Like, I just kind of thought it would be something to meet a bunch of girls that have the same kind of interests as me, but It's not for everyone, and so like I would highly recommend rushing. Absolutely amazing experience. I've met so many people. I would say 80% of my friends right now are from my sorority, but it's not for everyone, and that's okay. I mean, if you go through rush, you decide it's not for you, that's one thing. I'm not really gonna touch on rush. I could make a whole nother video on recruitment and sorority fraternity life, things like that. We're not gonna get into that. But I would find a group. There are different church organizations that you can get involved with. There are different community service. You can get into your major groups if you already have your major, and that's gonna help build your resume. And moving on from that, your resume is gonna be huge. Build that resume from the minute you step foot into your college. My resume is really good, and I'm not just like, you know, talking myself up or anything, but it's because it was something really important to me, and I wrote down everything, no matter how minuscule it was, it went on my resume. I have a lot of friends right now that are like struggling to get jobs, and they're like seniors, and they're like, Kate, how is your resume? Like, how are you able to get jobs? Because I've switched jobs around a lot. Not a good idea. And honestly, it's just from connections that you make and being in these different clubs, going out of your way, build that resume, build relationships, and also build relationships with your professors, because those are going to make really good references on your resume when you need someone for them to contact, and they can just say how great of a student you are. So don't be afraid to be like a teacher's pet or whatever, because in college it's not really a thing, and if you are the teacher's pet, good for you, honestly, because you're probably doing better than 90% of the students in that class. So don't be afraid to be a teacher's pet. Next up, I want to talk about your majors. So my major was a really tough subject for me. I came into college wanting to do business because my dad did business, and it was just kind of instilled in my brain that like, you have a business mindset, you're gonna do great in this. And I didn't really explore my options because there's so many, you know, you got all the basic majors that everyone has, like going through nursing program or business school or, well, I don't know, whatever, teaching. You know, there's so many different things that, but there's also a lot of little ones within the categories that you have no idea about. So coming into college, I wouldn't be too gung-ho about picking a major, because they're gonna keep trying to like drill it in your mind that you should be picking a major. I think you should take your time. I kind of waited a little bit too long, but I switched around. I was marketing, I was professional sales, and now I'm public relations, and I didn't even know public relations existed until I was a second semester sophomore. Once I heard about it, I was like, wow, that's so me. I wasn't understanding my finance classes. I was struggling in the business school, and I just like couldn't get it, and it wasn't clicking, and I just was like, well, this was my goal from the beginning, so what am I gonna do now? And I just feel so much better realizing that there was something out there for me that's literally perfectly tailored to my personality. So don't be too stressed out about it. I ended up taking most of my gen eds at the beginning, and now I'm taking most of my major classes. The only problem with that is that you're going to be taking a lot of hard classes all together. I know that I kind of wish I had a few easy classes to throw in the mix now that I'm in like my upper level division classes, but I don't have any unused classes. So there's no classes that I've taken that aren't going to be worth anything, that you've had to pay for, that's not, you know, gonna be good. Stay on track with your GPA as well, because at the beginning you're gonna be like, oh, college is so easy. It's because you're taking those gen eds, and they are a lot easier than when you're gonna get into your harder classes. It gets harder, so try to keep that GPA up as high as possible, because it's a lot easier to drop a GPA than to get it up. You could get 4 A's and 1 F, and those 4 A's are not gonna be anything as monumental as that F. That F is gonna drop you. So keep an eye on your GPA. I know that you're gonna wanna party or go out and stay out late. You wanna make memories, but you wanna keep your grades up, because ultimately you're there for a reason, and I wish I would have done that my freshman year. This is a little odd tidbit, but I really think it was important. I've said it in all the times that I've tried to film this video. I think it is super important and kind of odd, but a good little tidbit. I will highly recommend taking a backpack over a purse. I know in high school it was kind of trendy to throw like a cute little tote over your shoulder and like go to your classes, but you're gonna be carrying a lot of crap in that backpack and your back is gonna hurt, especially if you have to walk clear across campus. Your shoulder is gonna kill you. You're gonna wish you had a backpack. I started with a purse in college, and one of my best friends, Alana, also started with a purse. Both of us had ended up switching to backpacks. I got a really nice North Face backpack for like 30 bucks on sale. It's black, nothing that exciting, but on my campus it's kind of campus culture to put like pins on your backpack. Don't know if that's going to be a thing at yours, but I just think it's cute, it's fun. Definitely take a backpack straight up. No one's gonna care if you have a purse or a backpack. Just take a backpack. You're not gonna want to go to the dining hall and try to be fishing out your keys or your ID card and you don't have a pocket for it, so it's just sitting at the bottom of your backpack with all like your random papers that are shoved at the bottom, your pencils, your garbage. You're just gonna want to swipe in there and grab those keys and get eaten, because that's what you came in there for. If you do have to work in college, you're gonna need a planner to time manage. I work 2 jobs. I'm in a sorority. I volunteer. I'm really close with my friends, and I still have a social life. So you literally just need to find out what works for you, and don't have FOMO, fear of missing out, if you're not able to go somewhere one night because you need to study. Like, if your friends get mad at you for that, shame on them. It's not a big deal. So don't be afraid to say no. But with that said, I think that's all of my little tips and tidbits. I feel like I could go on and on. I feel like every little section that I kind of talked about could be elaborated into so much more. But if you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about, or about college, or about what I did in my freshman year, or even my sophomore year, my junior year, just leave me a comment down below. And if you're watching this and you already are through your college career and you're in the same boat as me, maybe you could leave a comment down below and tell them what you did to get through something, or something that worked for you. Just like leave a comment down below, have a conversation with each other, and give each other tips, because we're all trying to get through this together. So have a great rest of your week. Thank you for watching, and please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, and I will continue to put out new videos as much as possible. Thanks guys, bye!